And I'm back. Um, Choco Comics and Nerd Culture back in the small but mighty comic room. And coming back at you with another group of books. I got. Um, these are all from eBay. And I was able to get these, I don't know, over the past handful of days, I don't know, 5 or 6 days. So figured I'd do another reveal of some of the things I got. Real quick, gonna have a CGC unboxing. Actually, I have a few boxes coming. I don't know if I'll do those kind of staggered out or do them all at the same time. Depends when they arrive, I guess. Um, cool stuff though. Some things that were originally went to Palm Beach Presser, Ron, where he worked on those books, and I think those are going to be really nice when they come back. And then some other stuff, newer stuff that I thought was already a 9.8 or maybe even a 9.9. We'll see about that. Um, and yeah, this week I used to be in a band called the Chugs, the Almighty Chugs, and we I don't know, had this band like mostly in my 30s, and we're gonna record a jingle for the show, and I go on Fiverr and have somebody do an intro, and if it turns out the way I want it to turn out, it's going to be kind of crazy and a little wild and a little punk rock. So we'll see how that turns out, but hopefully everybody likes that when it's done. Um, Stay tuned. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. Get into some of the things I got. Um, First thing I got, I again still speculating on Lobo showing up in the DC universe, DC cinematic universe that James Gunn's working on. And as I mentioned, and I think most of you know by now, uh, Jason Momoa was playing Lobo. He's always wanted to play Lobo. Used to be into comic books and likes Lobo. We all like Lobo. I think he's gonna take over that Supergirl movie. I That's my instinct on it. We'll see if I'm right. But I picked this up. Just a nice. I would say I'd say it's maybe a 9.6 right now, maybe a 9.4 of Omega Man number 5. This is the second appearance of Lobo, and it gets more into kind of his backstory and stuff. So uh, right now, I mean, raw, you can pick this up really reasonably, a reasonable price. But in a 9.8, it's going for like $80, $85 graded, and I fully expect that to increase as the movie hype uh, goes up. Um, Again, we'll see if I'm right, but I think that one's going to go off to Ron at Palm Beach, and I think it's close. It could go for as a 9.8, maybe even now, but I think it does need a little bit of work. So let Ron work his magic, and hopefully we can get a 9.8 on that. Next was Variant. I saw um, Thundercats Apex. I don't know, a week ago or a week or two ago, I showed a uh, Thundercats foil of this Apex that was Mark Spears on the Mark Spears episode. But this is a Jay Lee, not Jim Lee, Jay Lee uh, sketch version variant, and it's a 1 in 10. And I thought this was awesome, and I think it's in really good shape, and I believe that that's going to get sent in, and I'm probably going to sell that. Then I saw this online. This I guess came out in September, but this variant I never saw, and um, it's probably, if not my favorite, one of my favorite current working artists. But it's a Gabriel Delato Wolverine #1 variant, Unknown Comics exclusive edition. Um, I think the Virgin uh, uh, variant is why it's their Unknown exclusive. But it's really cool. Classic Delato, uh, dark, kind of grimy style that I really like, and the heads of Wolverine's kind of foes. There's Sabretooth and Silver Samurai and Magneto and Mega Red and what are they on their heads mounted in back of him. Uh, you do the shush sign. I thought that was great. The only problem with this is when it arrived, there's a corner impact right here. This corner, for some reason, when you order books online, it seems to always be the big problem, especially with a dark cover, man. It's the one thing, and I don't know that that's fixable. I don't know what can be done about that. It looks like it's just a little bit pushed, and I might talk to Ron about it, see if there's anything he could do. My instinct is there's nothing that can be done with it. That's that's never a 9.8. That's like 9.6 is best, that is as good as that gets. But still, I mean, I love Delato covers, and it's probably just going to stay with my Delato collection. It's not going to be something that's graded and sold or anything. Total cover buy. Then next is something I saw on one of Alan's shows, Alan Comic Collector Geek. Check his channel out. It's my favorite comic book channel. And I don't know who showed this, but it's a Comic Con 2017 souvenir book with Jack Kirby on the cover, but the artwork is Bruce Timm, who I've talked about in the past. One of my favorite artists, and I think I'm going to do a Bruce Timm episode, artist focus episode. So that'll be just Bruce Timm stuff, but it's from the San Diego Comic Con, and it's got just like a bunch of stuff, different artists that were there, and right up on Jack Kirby, some Golden Age. Oh, there's a whole Carl Barks. I didn't notice this. A whole Carl Barks. Is this an interview? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to read that, but if you don't know, I should maybe do something on Carl Barks. He was a Disney comic book artist, specifically Donald Duck, and he worked on that title for many, many years, and was totally unrecognized. Like he was, paid by Disney, and was able to, make these comics, and was happy to do so. Lived like in the middle of it's like Arizona or New Mexico or something, like kind of isolated, and didn't know over time like his comics had reached a certain level of fame, and he had. In fact, he was the inspiration for the guy in Japan who made Astro Boy, which is one of the most famous Japanese manga, one of the first Japanese manga. And a lot of people have been trying to figure out who this guy was that's doing these books. Like Disney would never give him credit for any of this. He invented Huey, Dewey, and Louie. He invented Scrooge McDuck, and Disney used those and just licensed them and used them for forever. And he never got any credit until like the 90s or something, when a reporter tracked him down. Anyway, but yeah, you can see kind of behind me here. There's a Walt Disney Comics. This is a Carl Barks cover right here underneath this Batman. And then maybe I'll show this at some point. Behind my head, that's an original Carl Barks sketch. I know. Yeah, that's actual pen and ink Carl Barks artwork. And big fan. I think anybody who knows anything about comics is a big Carl Barks fan. And especially when you see a story, there's a documentary online on YouTube. You can look it up. This guy does a great whole explanation about Carl Barks and why he's so important, why he's so cool. Anyway, then I got a Golden Age book. I only collect one superhero run in the Golden Age. I'm not after. I would like to collect a lot of the cool old Batman stuff, but I can't afford that. Or I've never been a big Superman guy, but yes, if somebody gave me some of those old Action Comics, or I somehow came into those, I would be thrilled. Action Comics #1, of course. Whoever you are, you're that's the start of everything. Why would you not want that? But none of us are going to get that. Unless I have some really rich guys out and watching this in all of my 29 subscribers, or somebody who's super super wealthy. None of us are coming across an Action Comics #1. But the title that I collect, and that I'm trying to gradually put together the run of, is Captain Marvel Jr. And It's not because I'm like the big Captain Marvel or Captain Marvel Junior fan. It's because of the covers. All the covers are really, really cool, and I have a couple. I'm always not good at this. Like, kind of behind me here. Like, if you look, I'll do some Captain Marvels in the future, but um, yeah, I got a Captain Marvel Junior number 12 uh, in a 3.0. This is 1953. So right, uh, or this is no 43. I'm sorry, I was like 53. That's not right. Yeah, 1943. So World War II cover, and you can see Captain Marvel flying through the Nazi tanks and the on the battlefield, and he's happy to do so. And most of these covers around that time in the 40s, early 40s, were uh, war propaganda. So it was either the enemy of all the superheroes was either uh, the Germans or the Japanese. So you'll see like yeah, there's like uh, yeah, they're always drawing like super evil or like almost dehumanizing in some of them. But yeah, uh, another cool Captain Marvel Junior cover, and some of the other ones are just weird. I'll show you. There's one where I have back here where he's punching a alien and he punches all the eyeballs out of the alien. We'll go into that one at some time. But yeah, it was cool to get that. Got it really reasonably, and in an auction. I was, excuse me, happy to really get it. Um, then I got a couple modern good girl art, hot chick good girl art. The and maybe two of the best working who are doing um, the good girl art. When you say good girl, a lot of times people think, well, that's kind of a bad girl, but uh, my understanding or what I've been told is good girl is like good art of a girl is why they call it good girl art, even though many times it's kind of like scantily clad and these kind of things. And a couple of the characters that are kind of the female characters that are usually done kind of sexy. So um, the first is a Rogue Savage Land uh, number one. This is a foil variant, and it's done by uh, yeah, one of the great artists working today, specifically character art, specifically good girl kind of hot chick art, and it's Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes Rogue Savage Land, and it's fantastic. I mean, like always with Hughes, like there's kind of like almost like does these kind of glamorous faces, kind of and what a cool foil cover to have. And yeah, I thought this was fantastic. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I definitely want to get one of those. And um, the other one, the other guy who I think most people would agree is kind of I mean, well, J. Scott Campbell is up there as well, but I think the other guy who people would point to when it comes to like good girl modern hot chick art is Nathan Zierde. And Nathan Zierde did a Catwoman number 72. Catwoman, another character that's drawn very sexy and stuff. But check this out. Uh, yeah, a Nathan Zierde Catwoman in the kind of latex bathing suit with hot cocoa and in the hot tub in the snow and the Batman snowman in the background and stuff. But um, Zierde is the man. I mean, when it comes to this style of thing, it's always like the facial expressions are always great, and it's always like really just well done character art. And I mean, even look at the background, how cool that is. You Gotham in the background with the snow covered trees. He's just the man. Look at even like the light reflecting on the kind of patent leather or latex. He's the man. I mean, I think uh, he's most people right now I think would say that he's if he's not the best, him and Hughes, boy, but they're both good. And J. Scott Campbell, all three of them are amazing. Um, that's what I had for today. Short. I'm going to keep these shorter. I've noticed that people are not really liking the 30-minute videos. People don't really sit through those, and I guess I can't blame you. I sometimes I think I'm talking about something interesting, but I think people disagree. Um, and I've also noticed the thumbnails. The one video I did where people really clicked on it was the Power Girl, where it was kind of like the hot chick thumbnail. So this is going to be a hot chick thumbnail, and we'll see, we'll see if that drives people to watch this video. But anyway, whoever you are, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. If you're not, please subscribe. But whoever you are, if you could like, comment, any questions you have, I'll answer. Even if it's totally hateful, and you're like, you know, hey man, you should shave, or I don't know, whatever your thing is, or I hate Nathan Zerdy, or whatever your thing is. I welcome the hate. But yeah, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, but please subscribe. I noticed it's like 80% of people who watch my videos don't subscribe, and even just like one or two subscriptions kind of really keeps me going and doing this. It's, you know, it's still new. It's just been a little over 2 weeks that I've been doing this, trying to get better, less ums and less cools, I think. But yeah, and I think any small YouTuber really, it drives them. Even if you get just like one or two subscribers, it feels like you've done something, accomplished some tiny little feat. Yeah, and again, at 50 subscribers, going to do a giveaway, and I think upcoming. I'm going to appear on another guy's YouTube channel and on a stream. I'll let everyone know about that when that's closer. It's not for a couple months. So anyway, uh, thanks again. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and cheers for now.